Sam here from Sheridan Computers. If you are not already aware, Netgate have released pfSense Plus 25.07 back in August. Now, as I run an IT consultancy, I don't run out and rush into upgrades until they've been thoroughly tested, unless of course it's some kind of security vulnerability or new features that might be handy to have. With Netgate making the announcement that pfSense Plus 25.11 release candidate 1 has now been released, this is the perfect opportunity for us to start upgrading our clients' systems. So I usually do that before the next major release. In this video, I'm going to have a look at the release notes, take a look at some of the changes, and then we'll dive into pfSense Plus, investigate them, and find out where they are.
Sheridan Computers, IT, Communications, Support.
This video is not sponsored by Netgate. In fact, we don't have any kind of affiliation with Netgate at all. We're not even a reseller for them due to the restrictive rules that they have. But it is sponsored by my company. If you'd like any pfSense or IT consulting, head across to our website at sheridancomputers.com and fill out that contact form. If you're just here for the tutorials, let's get started. Netgate releases pfSense Plus software version 25.07. And as I mentioned, the date on this is the 4th of August 2025. Let's dive in and take a look at the new features. The first one we're starting with is Netgate Nexus. Netgate Nexus is a multi-instance management solution for pfSense Plus and comes production ready in 25.07. All API points have been implemented and the GUI is now fully functional. In addition to the powerful GUI, an API toolkit has also been provided over on GitHub. Netgate Nexus is now fully capable of controlling the pfSense Plus instance that is designated as the controller. So licenses and entitlements for additional managed instances will be available for purchase separately. Additional information will be provided at the product launch for Netgate Nexus soon. I'm quite keen to have a look at Netgate Nexus. It will make dealing with multiple pfSense firewalls a breeze. Let's move down to Auto Config Backup. So Auto Config Backup. Auto Config Backup is a free service that encrypts your configuration each time you make a change and uploads those configurations to Netgate's cloud storage servers. Because these configuration files are encrypted, this provides the user a secure and convenient method of restoring known good configurations. Much of the Auto Config Backup has been rewritten to make it more efficient, and now includes the ability for users to enhance security by altering their device keys. In addition to this, the GUI has also been redesigned for greater efficiency. So being able to change device keys is a good addition there. Next up, we have the new PPPoE driver. A new PPPoE backend, if_PPPoE, which is interface_PPPoE module, has been introduced into this version of pfSense Plus. This new backend may be enabled in System Advanced Networking menu and enables a large performance increase over the traditional MPD-based implementation. In addition to the performance increase, users should see a dramatic decrease in CPU usage. This new PPPoE backend will become the default in future versions of pfSense Plus. Users who have multi-gigabit PPPoE WAN links are encouraged to enable this new feature and enjoy much faster WAN speeds. The funny part about that is, Jim, one of the Netgate owners, tweeted me on X saying, "We're not making this open source, so good luck getting that into OpenSense." I use both of them. Let's move on. Next up, custom login screen messages. Users may now configure custom text messages that will appear as a banner on pfSense Plus GUI login screen. This feature has been added in order to comply with corporate and government security guidelines. Just custom login messages there. Moving on, let's take a look at Kia DHCP. So this version of pfSense Plus includes a feature-complete version of Kia, the successor to ISC's deprecated DHCP. Prefix delegation allows automatically dividing and allocating a block of IPv6 addresses to networks that will live behind other routers and firewalls which reside downstream from this firewall, for example in the LAN or the demilitarized zone. Prefix delegation settings in Kia use a different format than the ISC DHCP version 6 daemon, so Kia cannot use existing settings for prefix delegation. Settings for prefix delegation in Kia must be recreated manually when switching from ISC DHCP v6 to Kia DHCP v6. Because the traditional ISC DHCP service has been deprecated by the developer, users are encouraged to switch to Kia. I haven't used Kia yet, so I'm not sure how robust it is. I'm still using the ISC one. Let's move on. So next we have NAT64. This release contains full support for NAT64. NAT64 is a form of NAT that enables clients with only IPv6 addresses to reach remote hosts using IPv4 addresses. NAT64 accomplishes this by mapping IPv4 addresses into a special IPv6 prefix dedicated to this purpose. NAT64 on pfSense software is implemented across multiple areas, including NAT64 firewall rules, pref64 in router advertisements, and DNS64 in the DNS Resolve Advanced options. There is a complete walkthrough for implementing NAT64 in the pfSense software documentation. I'll leave all these links below that you need. System aliases. So this release contains new built-in system aliases that allow user-created firewall rules to utilize aliases that were previously only usable by internal firewall rules. This feature also contains several new aliases with common collections of reserved and special purpose networks, so that users do not need to define their own aliases on each device for things like private networks or multicast networks. That's a welcome feature because it's a pain having to just redeclare them all the time, so I'm glad they've introduced that. Let's take a look at the release notes. So, installing the upgrade. Netgate has a detailed upgrade guide available in the pfSense documentation to help explain the process. Below are the high-level steps to perform the upgrade, and I have done various videos on upgrading. So, users currently running pfSense Plus software. Upgrades from an earlier version of pfSense Plus software are usually made through the user interface. That's true, they don't really usually need to make them from the console, even though I keep seeing lots of YouTube videos that seem to want to keep doing that. So before a major change, such as an upgrade, it's always recommended to save a backup of the pfSense Plus configuration, so you can find the backup and recovery instructions in the pfSense Plus documentation. In addition to taking a backup, I'd usually create a boot environment as well, so you can always revert back. And the options are navigate to system, update, set branch to current stable version 25.07, click confirm to start the upgrade process. Users currently running pfSense Community Edition CE software. We encourage you to migrate from pfSense CE software to pfSense Plus software. Doing so will ensure you have access to all the benefits of pfSense Plus software. You can find the details on how to get pfSense Plus software here. And just so you're aware, pfSense Plus is chargeable. Troubleshooting the upgrade. Please review the documentation on troubleshooting upgrades for the most up-to-date information on working around upgrade issues. This pfSense Plus software release is ready for use in production environments. Should any issues arise, please post to our forum or contact Netgate Technical Assistance Centre, TAC, for paid support. I might as well just continue with this, so supporting the project because it is a project worth supporting. The firewall is pretty amazing. So when you purchase Netgate hardware, TAC, AWS, Azure cloud instances, you directly sustain the engineering teams responsible for maintaining high quality of pfSense software. So developers need to eat too, and people tend to want things for free. You may support this work through one or more of the following. Purchase an official appliance directly from Netgate or from our worldwide reseller partner network. Our appliance is a fast, easy way to get up and running with a fully optimized firewall. Purchase TAC support, which provides you with direct access to Netgate global support. Purchase professional services, which provide access to most of the senior engineers for more complex projects outside of the scope of TAC support. Use a genuine pfSense Plus instance from Netgate to connect and protect your cloud workloads on AWS and Azure. Finally, our efforts are made possible by the support of our customers and the community. And for that, we express our sincere thanks. This involvement makes the pfSense project a stronger solution for everybody. So there's not much that I can show you on Netgate Nexus, as it's not really released yet. As mentioned before, it does say for the product launch coming soon. But if we have a look at GitHub, just to show you what it does. So this repository contains the set of packages to extend the powerful management capabilities of pfSense Plus through the availability, a RESTful interface provided by the pfSense multi-instance management controller. They have provided some examples. Example add devices.py demonstrates how to register the controller to each pfSense device and add them to the controller. Then they've got example.py, which authenticates with the controller, iterates through the device, queries them for system update information, and obtains their firewall aliases. And then there's an example upgrade, which upgrades a set of devices by their tags. It does have the the requirements for this. So it's Python 3.6 HTTPX, which is required by the OpenAPI Python client generated code, and then Python Paramiko, used by example add devices for SSH. Now they have stated The Open API schema is provided for language-agnostic client implementations. The included generated definitions are for Python 3. Other language support will be added in the future. If you're interested in playing with this, you can jump into these and have a look at the code. They've provided it all here for examples. It does need to be enabled in pfSense. So to enable it, I think we need to head up to System, Advanced, and then across the tabs at the top, we have Netgate Nexus. Go into that. So we can enable it here, choose the certificate, what port you want it to listen on for API HTTP port and the HTTPS port. That's under Advanced. So advanced options include logging, listen address, advertised addresses, JWT session expiry, and custom options. So it does say down here, under instance registration, only available when the Netgate Nexus controller service is running. Let me enable it and see what happens. Okay, so we've enabled it. Now you can see a couple of extra things have appeared. We've got the GUI HTTP and HTTPS URLs, the port that it listens on, and the registration data. So you can enable this yourself and have a look at this just to see what data it's going to send to register. Let me disable that. Let's say if you want me to take a look at this, please leave a comment below and I'll do my best. The auto config backup. So this we can have a look at how you enable it. So if I head to services, and then we have auto config backup. This should have a quick run through the settings for you. So we have enable here. So this is where you enable it. So if you was to enable it, you then get to choose the backup frequency. So automatically backup on a regular schedule or automatically backup on every configuration change. I'd suggest you just leave that to every configuration change. And then you can put the encryption password in so your backups are encrypted. Note, keep a secure copy of this value. If this key is lost, all backups for this device will also be lost. Then you can set an optional identifier, manual backup limits, and if you want to list the backups in descending order. The next thing to look at is this new PPPoE driver. So seems fairly straightforward. System, Advanced, Networking. So let's take a look at that, where it is and how to enable it. System, Advanced, Networking. Is it on this tab? Yes, it's at the bottom. So here we have use if _ PPPoE kernel module for PPPoE client. So this is only going to benefit you if you are obviously using PPPoE. Now if I go to interfaces 1, you can see I do have it set to PPPoE. So we'll enable it. So System, Advanced, Networking. We'll scroll down to the bottom. Now, important note, changing this option interrupts connectivity for affected interfaces and requires a system reboot. So I'll enable that later because it requires a reboot. But if you need to enable it, all you need to do is just tick it here. What else do we have? Custom login screen messages. Let's find out how you set that. If we go up to System, let's try General first. And it's here. So you can choose whether to show the host name on login. And this is the new functionality of the login message. Now it does say text to display on the login page, such as a warning or disclaimer. Plain text only. Tags, for example, HTML and PHP are automatically removed. Let's see what that does. So we've set it. So let's log out. And now you can see we have this new banner here. So that's what that does. Just displays a login banner as it states. So you can put whatever you want in that as long as it's plain text. So this Kia DHCP, I can't really show you because I'm still using the ISC one. So if I go into services, DHCP server, you can see I'm still using this ISC DHCP. If you want to switch, you can go to System, Advanced, Networking. So if I go to System, Advanced, Networking, and we've got this server backend here. So this is where you can set the server that you want to use. If you're interested in how to switch over, again, leave a comment and I'll take a look. You can also turn those warning messages off. As for the NAT64, I'm sorry there's not much I can show you in this case. If we look at networking and scroll down, I've actually got allow IPv6 disabled, so I'm not using it. For system aliases, we can probably have a look at this. And so we've got built-in system aliases. So if we're going to Firewall, aliases, all. So you can see that now we have system aliases, and there's a lot more aliases in here. So you will be able to use them in your firewall rules. So we have actually started deploying this now. I say I don't do updates just for the sake of it, but I usually do them before the next major release comes out. The release candidate for 25.11 has been released by Netgate, so this seemed like a perfect time to start upgrading all our clients to 25.0.7. On a side note, 2.8.1 has also been released, and I've done a video on that. So if you're using the community edition, you can find that video on my channel as well. If you found this video useful, hit the like button, help others find it. If you want to see more pfSense videos, then please subscribe to the channel and let me know. If you'd like to hire us for any IT consulting, pfSense consulting, head across to our website at sheridancomputers.com and head over to our website at sheridancomputers.com and fill out that contact form. Thank you if you've made it this far, and I'll see you in the next video.